Welcome to our Monday video, and thank you so much for tuning in. As you can see, I'm on the cues. I'm not even where I normally start off because I have filmed this a few times. There's so much information that I could give out to you guys that I'm trying to film this in a way that makes it like, hey, what do you guys actually need to hear? And so today I'm going to talk about the fact that I believe we are heading up into two traps. I think we're heading up into two traps here, and I think one of them will be easily set over the next 2 to 3 trading sessions. It could be set right now as we go into volatility, but the next one will be the one that actually drops us down. And we're going to get into that today as we get through the SPY, the Qs, and volatility. And we'll be going over on Patreon in a day or so. We'll be going through the weekly expected moves and every single stock that we are covering here if you want to join Patreon. But I'm going to try to be very concise in this video. I'm going to try to tell you what you need to know in each time frame, and I'm going to try to stick to that as much as possible because there is a lot going on with VIXpiration, with monthly OPEX, with quarterly OPEX. There are so many dates to pay attention to that I think it's better for us to just really draw out, hey, what are we looking for reversal? And we're going to do that right now with some technical analysis. So starting off on the daily time frame, there is still daily weakness here, whether you like it or not. It is still very much so more likely that we are seeing massive traps, not only on a monthly scale, not only on a shorter time frame scale, like some kind of day trade trap. It is very likely we are seeing a quarterly expiration trap, meaning this thing can turn down, and it can turn down for a month or so. Like, we can see bad price action for a month from this area. Now, I don't say that to fear you out. Like I said, I've filmed this multiple times to try to say this as concise as possible. I just want you to be aware that this looks like some kind of FOMO looking squeeze, while the weakness is still there, while the weakness is not violating the main points, right? We have to, when I said we have to squeeze through the root, we have to go like 5 to 10% up from this area right here in order to get rid of these signals. So on the daily time frame, you still have these daily reversal signals. The opposite side to this is volatility. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video because volatility, the VIX, did confirm what we were talking about, and UVXY was positive today. So even the options and the other things, the price action for things that follow volatility, are positive today. Volatility is coming, even though we have very small daily expected moves. Daily expected moves are in red here. Monthly expected move is in yellow. The purple is the weekly expected moves. You can see those labeled here on the right side of the chart. For the daily expected moves, we have 663.31 to the upside, 658.51 to the downside. Now, if you're confused by these, because there's a ton of lines on the charts, this is just a 68% zone. Each color is its own 68% zone for the month, for the week, for the day. The daily expected moves are in red. There's a 32% chance to land outside of those. You can see that they're very small. So this tells us two things, and we told you this a few days ago. As we get to this area, you can just drag this out and we can slowly head to the upside by like September 30th, even if we wanted to fully get there before we see this market reverse around. We can just slowly do it. Rich people like to make money, and they like to make it go all the way up into the expiration, and quarterly OPEX is September 30th. So what can we pay attention to in this area? Well, we can pay attention to the other side of that, which is a tiny little rock can make a big surprise here when these are super tight like this. So just be aware that we have retail sales tomorrow. And if we do get a bad number, the opportunity here would be actually if the 2-hour turns down and gets by that center line. We have built so much room here that continuation for at least a lower high or a divergence is very possible here. This is going to be the most important part to the video. If you can just tackle this, you will be able to see a very high probability signal for the top in this overall move for September. A 2-hour turning down, coming down into the potential gap fill around 652. We then are able to curl back to the upside and maybe get to that weekly or get to the monthly expected move, maybe going on into next week. And then we see a reversal to create that 2-hour divergence that would create that on your MACD and RSI at the same time. That is very likely to happen. The other scenario to watch out for a top here would be if we break this weekly expected move and the 5-day moving average, and we actually see a move that tries to take it back and fail in some kind of lower high. That is very good to pay attention to. Now, what could we pay attention to for tomorrow? Well, this 2-hour pulling back. Now, why can we pay attention to that tomorrow? The 30-minute chart. Not only is it holding divergence from the original point on Friday, September 5th, right over here, and holding those points pretty dang well, but it remade them in the near price action. So you do have divergence in the near price action. This is saying, we can keep doing this thing, right? We can keep squeezing. I think people thought I was kidding when they said, hey, we can just see these dry, slow, gap up and sideways kind of moves and just see this thing leak out to the monthly expected move all the way until September 30th if we want. But right now you have 30-minute divergence. So if retail sales comes out with a bad number, it is very likely to get some kind of 2-hour pullback over the next day and a half as we head into rate cuts. Around rate cuts is where we will have to look at the signals closely. We're not going to read into it that far. But keeping in mind that the 30-minute divergence is suggesting a 2-hour pullback is very likely. Volatility is up right now, so pay attention to that. And the most likely scenario is the 2-hour is able to pull back, or at least for a top, be able to see one more move to the upside because the positioning of the MACD is so good. So this is how we leak it out as high as we can go. We are looking for those topping signals at this time, which means we need to watch out for fresh divergences for the 2-hour chart or a 2-hour lower high. And that's what we'll be watching for. And make sure to stick around for volatility because volatility is suggesting that we could top out at any time. So if you're holding things long and think that you can hold it for another 2 months, volatility is saying you are going to be heavily wrong. Now, I like to go into that full detail for the SPY, but I want to do it a little bit quicker for the Qs if I can, because I do respect your time, and I thank you so much if you found that part helpful and you would like the video and subscribe. That would be fantastic. Love to have more people here. We just want to help people understand how these markets like to move. First off, daily expected moves, we're grinding up to the monthly, just like we discussed even weeks ago at the beginning of the month, really. We are seeing 594.33 to the upside, 589.03. Let's remind you, 68% zone, 32% chance to see something crazy. If the data comes out as bad, that is suggesting that the 2-hour can get an overreaction and come fill this gap towards 580. And then we can see a lower high, right? Or we can see a divergence for the Qs. The Qs were able to see a very high up MACD, so you would be able to see another curl up. They have violated all divergence on the RSI. So the Qs are your really big hint in saying like, hey, we're really far away from the center line. We don't have divergence on the RSI. We're going up. That's overall what the Qs are saying. We're at least going to be able to push one more time. So we're looking for 2 traps, one now, one this week. And once we get a downward move, we're looking for that lower high trap or the divergence trap. And that's the truth of it. There's your 2 traps. The 30-minute for the time being. This is where the Qs differ. They are overall suggesting that there is plenty of room here for the 30-minute to go see a reaction, come down and fill this gap, test the 5-day, and just be able to curl up into positive territory and keep continuing to do what we are doing right now. I am not leaning towards that just simply because by the time we see by the time we see this downward move, we're going to be into Wednesday, which means we're going to be on that pretty much that FOMC day and into that Fed press conference by the end of the day. So that would be interesting. I think it would be better for us to see some extreme volatility start up before the event. And then we see some of that rip around Fed behavior that we like to see. So the only thing that I wanted to mention here that's different from the Qs is, yes, they are holding all the divergence points for the 30-minute. Yes, they have confirmed that divergence again, but because of this little extension for the MACD, it is suggesting to watch out if you see a 30-minute curl up off the 5-day, because that is where you can make a new high, right? You can come up and make a new high, and then we would watch for that 2-hour pullback just a little bit later. Reacting, using your skills, having confidence in your skills, and trading like water is very important in these areas if you want to continue to trade. But I totally understand if you just want to sit out this week because it's a very, very risky, actually, not only this week, it's a very, very risky last 15 days of the month. Let's put it that way. So hopefully you understand that for the Qs. The Qs are leaning towards the same exact things as the SPY with a little bit more of a, hey, we could extend for just a moment here, but it is still very likely to get a 2-hour pullback that then is able to get another move higher. So be watching out for the lower high and be watching out for the divergence. The trap looks like it is set right now, and the second trap will be set after the 2 hours able to curl up into positive territory one more time. This is where we need to get into it because this is what we were talking about over the weekend. We were talking about this 2-hour signal. We were suggesting, hey, watch this. We posted this to Patreon. We talked about this in a YouTube video about it coming down to these type of areas and creating that 2-hour divergence, creating the daily higher low. And if the 2-hour is able to confirm, and then it did confirm, that's why we were talking about it over the weekend. You see the divergence right here on your MACD. You see the divergence on your RSI at the same time, if I can draw correctly, and it confirms. And I said, hey, this isn't the best confirmation, but it's a confirmation, and that's by the center line. So this says what can happen. The daily can curl up, and the daily is curled up now with a good confirmation. So what is volatility suggesting here? Volatility is suggesting here that things are about to get a little bonkers. Okay, volatility is suggesting that we are going to see a sell-off. That is what volatility is suggesting. And that's why I'm just seriously talking about with the SPY and the Qs, the type of traps that we can see, because it is very likely that volatility will continue to go up. Volatility went up today by 6%. The market went up by 0.53%. Volatility does not have to go down when the market goes up. There are people that know more than you, and they are probably not buying calls a month out from now. They are doing the opposite instead because they know what's coming. And I'm trying to make you aware of it. Look at this daily divergence that we have confirmed again here today. Look at the daily divergence on the MACD. All the way up, where is it? Close to the center line. When do you get really worried about all of your holdings? If you're holding things long, when do you get really worried about all of your holdings? Well, when volatility confirms a daily divergence that's really close to the center line. Why? Because that means volatility can come up for a week. And if volatility gets this reaction, yes, the market will be going in the downward direction. So this is why I'm talking about it very specifically for the SPY and the Qs, encouraging, hey, trade like water, encouraging, hey, just make sure to have those plans for if it goes wrong, if you're wanting to take trades. But volatility is suggesting that we are going to see a sell-off starting in September. It can leak out to September 30th. But volatility isn't really suggesting that it is going to. Volatility is saying that it might end a lot sooner than you think. Now, what can happen here for volatility? We can go down and make a 2-hour higher low. As you can see, we have this gap right here around 1476. We can see the 2-hour come down to that area. We can then see that start to curl back in the upward direction if we wanted to. Now, that's not suggesting that we have to see that. That is what can happen if we want to head up tomorrow. But if we see a bad piece of data and the 2-hour is able to shoot up and go positive, we'll be looking out for 30-minute divergences and things like that. We can pull back into with potentially the FOMC. Then we see that 2-hour climb one more time. So what can go on here on the MACD for volatility this week? We can see the big move to the upside showing us that first trap. We then are able to get that to subside, and then people go up and we go into the second trap. And then we are able to see the next big push in volatility, which would be the confirmation of that second trap that says, yes, we are making a top in September. We are shaking things up, and this week is very, very likely to make that top. So I wanted to show this off very seriously. I try to make these videos to be as helpful as possible, and I hope that it did clear some things up for you. If you need any help with, understanding these ranges or anything like that, we have material down in the description. If you need help with learning full technical analysis and things like that, swing trading, we do have some material down in there in the description. Or if you want to join Patreon and just kind of learn with me over time, I think that's perfectly fine. If you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel and watch a bunch of videos to try to learn over time, I think that's perfectly fine. I just want to be as helpful as possible to you, and I hope this video was able to do that. Hey, thank you guys so much. Say hi to the family for me, and I hope you guys have a fantastic night, and I will see you guys tomorrow, all right? Peace out.